not stopping, and this, that, and the third. Especially how on these videos, if you have not noticed the theme, um, I don't know why, but my SD card on this thing, it's got this thing going on with it where it's stopping like at 14 seconds and this, that, and the third, or 9 minutes, this, that, and the third. And at this point, because I'm still trying to figure out Photo Premiere, not Photo Premiere, um, Pro Premiere, I think, the Photoshop, not Photoshop, the Adobe Premiere thingy. I'm still trying to figure that out. So right now, I'm just doing everything out there raw, and so that's what's happening and what's going on. But I digress. My first love was in prison and is in prison, and probably will always be there unless some type of a miracle happens. And even with all the power I have in me, I know that at this juncture in life, I could possibly try to help them. But what I've also learned is just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should, or even that divine is going to allow you to, especially if it's not for your greatest and highest good or the greatest and highest good of others. But my point though is, yeah, he was in a very bad situation. Currently, kind of still is in a bad situation, depending on who's telling the story. Haven't spoken to him in years. We ended up having to go our separate ways. It was yet another trigger. He did something to trigger me, and I didn't see that, didn't know that, didn't understand that, didn't comprehend that back then. But if he hadn't triggered me like that, honestly, I would probably still be living in the state of NC, and I would probably be living as close to wherever it is, and still living my life similar to what I'm doing right now, as in how I'm starting to. Um, I'm not minimizing, and that's what I meant when I said adjusting. I'm not minimizing my life right now. What I'm doing is simplifying my life right now. I'm putting myself into a position because I knew all the way since 2020, Divine has pretty much put a big fat picture in my brain that, okay, Rashonda, you're not, Siobhan, it's all of me anyway. You know, you're not going to be meant to stay in one spot for too long. Yeah, you may find out one place, your sweet spot where you feel at home, and you may spend quite a lot of time there. But traveling, that's something that I'm just going to be doing. I'm going to be traveling. Anyone I'm married to, or at least I have as a life partner, they will have to comprehend, understand, and that has to be part of their life plan as well, that they're going to be traveling. Yeah, I'll probably have that one home base where I want to spend the winter months, unless there's a special place I need to spend a certain winter months. But outside of that, spring, summer, fall, all those times, all the way until it's time to get ready around my birthday to hunker down because my body, for the last 10 years or more, just has not been very conducive to doing a whole lot of moving about in the winter months. That's a nice way to put it. Um, but yeah, children too. Even being a mommy, and the way in doing that, y'all got so much tea to drop on y'all tonight. This may be a little lengthy, so I'm glad this is up here like it is. This yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Anywho though, what was I saying? Oh yeah, if you don't have anything to add, if you're not adding, you should never be trying to take. I'm a giver. It's nothing for me to find out there's a charity going on. There's nothing for me to find out that somebody needs something, to me for me to reach forward and reach out. That's why it's called outreach, and I got it from my mom. But you shouldn't be giving so much of yourself away, so much of your energy away, so much of your stuff away. No matter what it is, you shouldn't be doing it into a place where you are making yourself poor, like poor mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, sexually, financially, or socially. It's all about us being abundant and prosperous in everything that we do in this infinite galaxy that we live in. Not just Earth, but all of what is as far as planets, heaven, and Earth. Everybody has their viewpoints about all those things: planets, the galaxies, heaven, earth, angels, the devil, King Jesus of Nazareth, all other ascended masters. But the thing about that is how you receive it and how you have it. And as long as you have it, that's all that matters. And that's why this channel is existing now. Because I was talking to someone today, and I won't go into detail. I'll just do like the bare minimum of what it is, because I've just not had this conversation with this person, but I've had this conversation with many people, and I myself had that conversation a while ago, and I probably will have this same conversation again. Um, but the person was like, I don't understand why, some women and some men are like so insecure when it comes down to being with a mate and having a conversation about sex and about other people, about sexiness, being fine, being attractive, and all that good stuff. Like, I don't understand it. And while I was listening to this person have this conversation with me, and I was actually joining in on this conversation, and I was I would this person was a client through Divine Rashawn 1111, so I couldn't exactly bust it out and be like, okay, well, I understand exactly what you mean, what you're talking about, and the reason why is because I used to be blah 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 blah, and I am blah 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 blah. I couldn't cross those kind of lines, and that's what I'm saying. When you see me have these pauses here, I'm gonna get used to it. I'm gonna relax into it. Trust me, we're gonna be here. We're gonna do it. But from my days back then, from my days right now, that I put into a ball and thought I had to, you know, shut it down and only have it within a relationship. And since my relationship has not been very consistent with making sure that that side is taken care of, that side has gotten hungry, has gotten thirsty, has gotten like, yeah, we need to come out. We need, you already know, like you know, like you know, like you know. But the thing about that though is, like I said, or rather, I wanted to say, I'll take that back. I'll say I wanted to say, when you are any kind of a sex worker, I don't care if it's a phone sex operator, webcam girl, escort, courtesan, stripper, exotic dancer, whatever. If it's got something to do with being fine and sexy, and grabbing somebody's interest, I kind of said that to my friend I was shopping with the other day. I was like, being a sex worker used to be so much less complicated than being in a relationship. And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well," and I mean, I guess what I've had a little bit of issue. This is not one of those pauses. What I've had a little bit one of those issues with about it is this: when I did the bulk of what I did, I was single. Okay, I specifically stayed that way on purpose. And that's because I didn't really have it. I literally didn't have a heart, let alone having it in my heart to allow somebody to get close to me or to talk to me or to deal with me on any kind of level unless it was money. Like, I literally took that song by Lil Kim seriously. Forget niggas and get money. I told y'all, you may hear that word. It is what it is. But and it wasn't forget. She said another word that I will not say because I don't want any issues with this video. But the point that I'm making though is I literally took that jump to the heart. Between my mama raising me to be bougie and that you shouldn't let no man get close to you, that nobody should be getting pussy for free, dick for free, but mainly pussy for free. Um, yeah, having my heart broken after one relationship after another, as well as family. All that stuff just got me to a place back then was like, you know what? You ain't talking about money. You ain't talking about. Now we doing a little pinky triple X up in this piece. You ain't talking about money. You ain't talking about if it rhymes with it. I mean, I literally was living it. So, I talking about sitting back, talking to, dealing with somebody, you know, them expecting more out of you than what they're giving. And I mean, you don't know how many times I have actually caught myself, not me physically doing it, but mentally, a piece of me has been battling with another piece of me. You get what I'm saying? If not, let's go into it. One part of me has been like literally putting her nose in the air. Like, what the heck is you doing? Like, did you really deal with that?